Hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought health is about what we're eating? Join me on my quest to disseminate my go-to health regimen, the Health 44, my clumsy branding of eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients. Bingo, bongo, health sorted. So thank you for your interest. Let's do this. Welcome again. Wim Hof, you've clicked on it. I think I'm calling this on Wim Hof because I've done critiques before, review on such and such person, yada yada. So today is Wim Hof's term, a Scandinavian chap. I was going to find out what exact Scandinavian country he's from, but let's just go for Scandinavian for now, with that verbose personality that he has. 65-year-old-ish, and most of the impressions that I will give is based on his recent interview with Diary of a CEO chap, Stephen Bartlett, is it? I didn't realize he was a Shark Tank business money provider. So there you go. So Wim Hof, bit of a personality, and my impressions about Wim Hof and the Wim Hof method of breath work will be negative. I'll put that out there straight away. But I like his spirit, his intentions, his attitude towards health, and his intentions towards health and helping out everybody. So I've just been distracted because I've got a child going on in the background. Hopefully you're not hearing it. Mum is attending to it, don't you worry. So Wim Hof, he's understanding, as in he knows the nomenclature. He's got the attitude of conviction. He's got many a follower, and what he proposes for our health as through breath work is quite compelling, appetizing, and I like the intentions, as I've said. But he may be, and therefore we may be misguided in how important some of those wonderful words, his nomenclature that he uses, how guided or misguided it may be. I really feel that it's all hunch based, together with his scientific biological understanding. Many will also suggest that I'm going on a hunch as well, based on my whole micronutrients gravitation. I get it. And the only ultimate answer is comparing the current influences, health influences that are doing the rounds, and looking 30 years down the track and seeing if everybody is still alive or not. The likes of Wim Hof and Gary Brecker, Andrew Huberman, there's Peter Attia, Dave Sinclair, Brian Johnson, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, doing the sort of social media rounds. So Joe Rogan puts his foot forward as well in supporting some of these influences and different. I was just listening to a Joe Rogan podcast before, and Rogan also has his fixations on certain health regimens. He's now advocating for carnivore and doing things like Turkish get-ups, kettlebell get-ups, that sort of thing for the core and all that. And yes, it all sounds grand. Let's see how Joe Rogan is in 30 years' time, if he's still around, together with all the others that are in that 50-year-old age group let's just see, shall we? It'll be very, very interesting. And there's not much talk about um, how all these people will go. And one of the original health influences, Simmons, is it Gene Simmons? Anyway, the uh, the short, bubbly, um, vivacious guy from the 80s, the health guy from the 80s that was on Oprah and all these talk shows. I just came back after a quick check-in with what was happening outside. It wasn't much, but I just realised that I said Gene Simmons just died age 76. It was Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons, the 80s fitness flamboyant. That's the word I was thinking of before as well. Flamboyant. This little guy jumping around, Gene Simmons type thing. So that health influencer died before he was 80. See how often I indicate that fitness people and former athletes and marathoners, bodybuilders, very seldom, very not rarely, but more often than not, don't get past the age of a couch-sitting, smoking, Cheeto-eating Netflix watcher of the Western world. So, with Wim Hof, he's had some misfortunes in the past, like he's got kids ranging from 42 to 0. He's just about to get a newborn with his new wife, sort of thing. And the reason why my the siren goes off in my head that what he's advocating for is just on a hunch is you live, you. I'm sorry to do this to mock him. I don't mean it. He's got the best intentions, but with his energetic spirit and his some of the knowledge that he gravitates towards. And I don't blame him with some of the misfortune he's had in the past with the loss of a wife via suicide, jumping off 8th floor of a building apparently, and he wouldn't be a very easy person to live with. I could imagine. He's now 65. He's okay. He's okay. The impression that people get, I guess people would get impressions about me as well, but I could get the impression when he's 30 or 40 years of age being quite, do it like this. And it'll be pretty hard to live with him with that sort of verboseness. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, with no malice, just that it is pretty hard to live with people that have these convictions. And he has this current conviction of the Wim Hoff Method, of course, with 8 minutes of breath work, these deep breaths. The reason why, of course, you can tell I'm not familiar with it because I think it is quite BS. I understand the good intentions, but when he starts to suggest, he was asked what sort of diet he has. I eat 1 meal a day, and so he's doing OMAD, and then he goes off saying, "Oh, some breakfast and some fruit and eggs, and you sit and you look at your wife and that sort of thing." That's a sort of outlook on life which is quite commendable. He's gone from nothing to something now, being quite famous, and now has a bit of wealth, I guess. But the whole breathwork understanding, where he went through an exercise with Stephen Bartlett on that particular show, using that as an example, with his attitude towards things. Like, he was instructing him. They had they had a cold plunge. It's I found it quite amusing. Some of the scientific thoughts that he was suggesting, prescribing. When you breathe in deep for 4 or 8 breaths, whatever it was, and you see how you get lightheaded. Well, that's you getting more oxygen, and the carbon dioxide is leaving your body, and it gears you to into survival mode and a good immune system and all that sort of thing. And look, I can understand why people gravitate towards it. It has this instantaneous idea that it's doing you some good. You do get lightheaded if you do it. I think in the past I've tried that sort of thing. I said below that, and so that with breath work, it's in direct, not opposition, but a different direction toward from the people that advocate for light, good diet, sleep, less stress, less toxins, versus the working out people, the protein intake, the resistance training, the cardio people. And you see, there's tribes happening, and while I think that his intentions are grand, he's got some understanding, he's done quite a bit of study. So have I. You see how my 14,000 hours of trying to about 8 or 9,000 hours in stumbling onto what I advocate for here, the Health 44, plus another 4,000 to 5,000 hours of trying to prove myself wrong. It hasn't happened yet. Still, people that spend 20,000 hours on certain health directions, including all those tribes that I've mentioned, including the vegan and the carnivore, the keto, the intermittent fasting type tribes, combined with the OMADs and the resistance training and the cardio people and the opportunistic omnivores like Andrew Huberman, which is all over the place, got all these different regimens, and because people do these certain things for a limited amount of time, it doesn't give you that idea of long-term efficacy. It just it's like this foraging type mentality, like there's just this agitation. And the reason why I've said agitation is because I'm doing a double header this evening, and my next episode is anxiety and agitation, and whoever listens to that after this will get what I'm getting at. So you just want to clasp onto something that's got some efficacy, that's got some effectiveness, that helps your health. And breath work, I don't blame anyone to fixate on that. Is, yeah, it's instantaneous, and also by having a struggle, like cold plunging is a type of struggle. It gives that instantaneous thought that something is being done. You are making the body heal, and it's going into survival mode, and it's invigorating and all that sort of thing. I don't know the nomenclature because I tried to get it, but it's not resonating with me. And all I've got is, let's compare notes in 30 years' time if Mr. Hoff is still alive at age 95, and some of the others doing the rounds. Let's see if they're still alive at age 80. Richard Simmons didn't make it to 80, he made it to 76. So I could just imagine one day that, hey, Steve must be dead because he's not posting anymore. Well, I probably got run over by a truck or something, because I'm a bit of a risk taker. So yeah, let's see. And I'm the first to suggest, if something happens to me, some disease or cancer or something, I'll put my hand up and I'll say I'm dying, or I've got this condition. I won't be the type of, I don't know, just in the last half year or so, Dr. Buttar died of cancer, a strong anti-COVID type health guru. Towards the end there, where he was just about to die, saying, "I got poisoned," and that sort of thing. That won't be me. That won't be me. So, with all those intentions, with that instantaneous of, oh, there's something happening here because I'm struggling, I'm hurting, I've got a light head, and I'm in this cold plunge, and it's, ooh, must be doing some good. That's just um, an agitation type sensation, um, relief that something good is happening, because struggle is good. Struggle does not have to mean good. Sometimes struggle is bad in health. Okay, so because I feel that I'm starting to wonder too much about Wim Hof and the Wim Hof Method, because I have got my own gravitation that I gravitate towards, the whole Health 44, where the first fall of 44, this is where I go through my quick spiel for those one-off listeners. The first fall of 44, eliminate 90+% of the supermarket. You get rid of the glutens, oils, sugars, nitrates, nitrites. A few nuances in that. You bring in the second fall of 44, the 4 classes of micronutrients, where there's 90 declared essential micronutrients. There is 60 of them are minerals. 60 of them are minerals. There's 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and that is more efficacious versus doing things like the Wim Hof and the Gary Brecker half an hour after you wake up type stuff, and this regimen and that regimen from Dr. Huberman, and this and that from Dr. Attia, and this, and then you do this and that from people like Rogan and Chris Williamson, and oh, maybe I should try this from the Bartlett types. And all I've got to say, let's compare notes in 15, 30 years time, whatever, and see who's doing best out of this crowd. And in the next 5 years, there might be others that burst onto the scene with all these other new regimens. Hopefully, I'm one of them, because I'm telling you, this Health 44 is got a lot more efficacy versus all that other stuff out there. And on an extension of the Health 44, my own disclosure for those one-off listeners, I am like probably heavy keto, where I'm basically meat, eggs, yogurt, Greek yogurt. Yeah, for those that are wanting to know, scrambled eggs in a microwave, and always cook your meat under medium rare and under. Okay, to not have your the fats oxidize, the oils oxidize, that sort of thing. That's why you need to not overcook your meat for those carnivores and keto people and OMADs out there. And so there you go. With Wim Hof, the way he looks at the moment, age 65-ish, he might tick over to 66 soon at the time of recording this. He looks his age, okay? He's balding a bit, he's a bit weathered and all that sort of thing. And yes, he did have a quite a life of privation there for a while. So a little bit of hard living. But guess what? He's hard living now with cold plunging stuff and the deep breath. And you need to suffer to be healthy. That sort of mentality. You don't need to suffer. It's just a sensation, which that word sensation will show up quite a bit in the next episode. So I will wrap up there. I get the sense that I've exhausted my thoughts on Wim Hof. It's not comprehensive, but it's there. Good luck for those that gravitate and adopt the method. I get it. It is quite appetizing. So if things are appetizing, you need to do it. You need to try it at least, hey? I get it. I get it. I urge you to try what I advocate for with my regimen, the Whole Health 44, but that's fine. If any of this resonates, I've got the link tree with all the portals. You can check out all my stuff, and I've got my services available for those that are willing. Not not many take advantage of what I'm advocating for, but what if I'm 103 and I'm saying, I told you guys, and I'm running at 103 and I'm bloody climbing a ladder and pushing wheelbarrow, then people might start to notice. But yeah, until then, I've just got me and a couple of others watching this. So until the next time, hopefully, there is Wim Hof. I do admire his attitude, even though I poo-poo his regimen. Let's see, let's compare notes. Let's see if he gets to the age of 90 at least then. Okay, bye-bye. Come back next time.